here in Brookhaven there are lots of cars, and we also have this plane, which you can fly, or even helicopters, but it's impossible to fly with a car. And today, I want to test several ways to simply fly with a car, and I'm going to test forbidden secrets and many ways to fly with a car, and also without a car. So for that, I called my friend, but for some reason he's flying here, and now he went back up there again, and I really don't know what he's doing. But now he just got a car, which fell down here, and I don't know why he did that, and it doesn't make any sense either. But now he threw a bus, and lastly he threw a tow truck, and guys, that doesn't make sense. But finally he came down here, and he said this is the only way to make cars fly. Look, actually that's a lie, and the way he did it isn't even good, because today I'm going to test real ways. But for that, I'm going to get my car, and the very first method is the simplest, and it's also not with cars. And I have to get to this pool. But guys, there's a problem. From what I noticed, this player is charging to get in here, and he said only people with this ticket can get in, and apparently he's talking about this ticket, and it looks really rare. But unfortunately, I don't have it. Now my friend got closer, and he's calling me, so I'm going to follow him, because I want to see what he has to say. He said, look in your inventory, because the ticket is in the inventory, and he didn't even notice. Okay, I don't know if that's true, but I'm checking here on the right, and it's true. So I got this ticket, which is a pretty rare ticket, but now I'm finally going to be able to get in here. So I'm going to give him the ticket, and now he finally took it and let me in. But since I got to this trampoline, I'm going to use the lie down animation on the right, and I'm going to fly off like this. And I'm really flying a lot. But my friend is watching, and he said, but you didn't fly with cars. Look, I know that. So I'm going to test in a bit how to fly with cars, because there are several ways. But if I use another animation on the right, where I'm lying down in a different way, you can see that I also start flying. But here on the right, if I go down here, we have new animations that were released, and I want to see if this works. And apparently this really works, and I can fly forever. But if I use another animation from the right, like this one, unfortunately nothing special will happen, and I won't fly much. It only works with the lying down animation. He said, wait, I know another way, and I don't know what way that is, but I noticed he wants to carry me. But before that, I'm going to shrink my Roblox avatar so he doesn't have trouble carrying me. So he came here and just threw me, and now I'm flying. But I'm going to test another way to fly, a much better way than this one, because today I want to test many ways to fly without a car, and also many ways to fly with a car. So now, my friend will have to follow me, and both of us are going to have to get out of here. But first the player has to let us leave. He said, I'll only let you leave if you pay $1 million. But guys, that doesn't make sense. We came in here with that ticket, and suddenly he doesn't want to let us out. But my friend got a gun, and finally he let us out. So much so that we're leaving now. And that player tried to steal our money. He's really a bad person, because he doesn't let people use this trampoline, and the trampoline isn't even his. But now, I'm getting here, and here on the right, I'm going to get the fire truck and bring it right up here. And now I'll have to sit in the back, right in this spot. And here on the right, I'm going to grab this orange ball. And I'm like this, I'm sitting up here, and I'm also holding this ball. And now I'm going to pick a random house on the right, and I'm going to get totally glitched. And you can see that I'm flying really high, and this is another way to start flying that I'm sure he's never seen before. He said, I want to fly with cars, and I don't know why he's sad, but I'm going to test that way of flying with cars in a bit. But first, I want my friend to come here, and I'm going to carry him, and now he can fly too. And for that, I'll have to come up here. I'm arriving here like this, but if I touch this water, I'll basically fly away, but I'll fly really far. And my friend is acting really weird, because he made me crooked since I'm carrying him, and now I'm basically going to touch the water and fly away. You can see that I'm really flying really far, and my friend disappeared. But I'm just super fast, and I'm the fastest person of all. But if I grab any car on the right, it just doesn't show up, and it's probably because I lost, and my character got reset. And it looks like that happened to my friend too, since he just came back here. And he said, let's test ways to fly with the car. So let's test it. But there are many ways to do that, which is flying with a car. So I'm going to have to test all of them, starting from the easiest way to the hardest one of all. But my friend is coming up front here, and it looks like he's coming to deal with something, and he wants to know why the player closed off this location. And he's even looking here to understand what's going on. He said, this place is mine. Get out of here. And guys, I had an idea. I'm just going to destroy this place, because it doesn't make sense that he did all this. And now it's being completely destroyed, and he just realized this is real, and he got really scared. But I'm going to keep destroying this, because this is for everyone. Perfect, I removed everything, and now there are no more fences at this location. So now I have to remove this other thing. Perfect, it worked, and now we're free. But he's looking here, and he said, that was mine. Look, it actually wasn't, and he just closed off the trampoline. I said, it wasn't, and you know it, and I'm sure he knows. But suddenly he got really mad, and flew away, and that was really weird. But everything that was here disappeared, which is really good. And he said, how many ways are there to fly with the car? Look, there are more than 3 ways to fly with a a car. But now I'm going to test the very first way. So I'm going to come right here, and now my friend who's here is going to have to get a car. Perfect, he got it, and now I flew away, but it wasn't very far. So he has to do it again, and he just got this car, which didn't work very well. And none of the cars he grabs work, and this car flew really far away, but I didn't get in the car, and my goal is to get in the car. So he got this other car, which again flew really far away. And now once again, I'm coming back here, because it's my friend's turn to fly, and I'm going to pick a car on the right that looks really interesting, because I want him to fly. So I picked this car, and now the car flew really far, but my friend is still here. But I grabbed this car again, and now he got in, and he doesn't understand what happened. But guys, there are better ways to fly with the car, but now it's my turn to fly, and my friend will have to grab an interesting car, like the ones I just picked. And he just picked this car, but it didn't fly very far. But the cars I picked for him flew really far, so he better get it right. He picked this car again, and now it really flew super far. But I want to test with him the second way to make the car fly, and I'm going to have to get any car from the right. So here on the right, I'm going to get this item, and now I'll have to carry him. But he also needs to get this item, and now we both have this item, and I'm going to take him to the airport, and he'll have to get inside here, because he's going to do a very important bug. So I'm going to be the one who teaches him how to do this bug. But apparently he already knows how to do it, because he's already arriving up front here. But guys, he's coming in a really slow way, and I doubt he's ever going to get here. He's really going to take forever, and he's running as fast as he can, but he's not even moving from the spot he's in. And finally, he got here. But now, I'm going to have to press this button, and as soon as I press it, I'll have to teleport into a house. So I press the button, and now I'm going to teleport here. And I got into the car, and I got this parachute. But I don't want this parachute, and actually only my friend is supposed to get it. So now, he just got the parachute while I'm carrying him, which is really important. He said, "Why do you have to carry me? What difference does it make?" Look, it basically changes everything, because now, I can get in my car, and it will be completely lowered. But if I get to this mountain, drop my friend, and now climb up here, and in the last second grab him again, I'll basically start flying. And this is the second way to fly with a car. But it's not the best one. In fact, my friend fell really far, and he's in the middle of nowhere, since he was flying. But now, if I grab him again, he just comes back here. But he said, "What's the third way to fly?" The third way is simply the best of all, but it's also the hardest way of all, because I need to go to this military base to get the plane that's down here. But there's a guard watching this place, and that might be really bad, because I don't know if he'll let me go in here. So I'm coming up here, and now I'll have to talk to him and try to convince him to let me in. I said, "Can I come in? I need the plane." And I need it urgently, so much that he opened the gate and is looking at me. But he said, "Only authorized people can enter here." And that's terrible. And he just closed the gate, which means I can't come in. But guys, the door is unlocked, so I'm going in here. But he already showed up here, and that's not good. He said, "You have 5 seconds to get out of here." Okay, I'm already leaving, and unfortunately my plan didn't work, so I'm going to plan B. My friend said, "Wait, you're not going to fly into his base, are you?" And actually, he just said exactly what I'm going to do. That player is smarter. He even locked his house. But what he doesn't know is that I can get into his base just by flying, and I'll just need a lot of speed so I can get into his base. Perfect. I'm coming here at maximum speed, and now I'm going to try to get in. But it didn't work, and I think he noticed that and is basically shooting at us. So I have to get out of here quickly. He said, "Get a faster car." And guys, the fastest car of all is this yellow car on the right. So now I'm coming up front, and I'm going back here at maximum speed. And this time I'm sure it's going to work. But it still didn't work, and I'm having a lot of trouble. But now, I'm going to pick a really different car on the right. And I just got this pickup truck. But I'm going to do a secret to get into his base and finally get his plane to test the third way to fly with these cars. So guys, I'm coming back here at full speed, but it still didn't work. But I noticed there's this house here. So now I'm climbing up here like this. Perfect. I just got here, but for some reason my friend is here. And I don't know what he's doing here. But he said, "I'm at the highest spot of all." Look, I'm sorry to say this, but that's not the highest spot of all, because here in the game we have this mountain. But guys, now that I'm right here, I'll finally be able to fly. Perfect. I just got here, and he actually noticed that, so much that he's running over here. So I have to get the plane quickly, and I finally got this plane, and now I'm going to have to fly. And he got down there, but he doesn't know what to do, because it's already too late. But now, I need my friend's help, so I'm arriving right here, and now he's going to have to drive this. And this is my plan to simply fly and test the next way to make cars fly. But it looks like he's driving it, and I'm ready to take off. And I think he already knows how to do this. And he'll have to fly really high, and now that he's up here, he stopped like this. And now he has to stop spinning his plane. And if you didn't notice, his plane isn't falling anymore. I can walk on the surface of the plane. And now, if I grab a car on the right, it will appear right here, and it just landed. And for some reason, that car didn't work very well, and it ended up at the beach. But I just got this other car, which amazingly didn't fall. So now, I'm going to grab a big car on the right. Perfect. I got this car, and now both of them fell. The car just dropped here, and it looks like my friend is down here. But now, I'm going to grab a car on the right so I can fly. Perfect. I got this car, and now I'm right here, and I'll have to carry my friend and simply speed up the this car. Perfect. I'm going down here, and now I'm flying. And you can see that it really worked. And finally, this is flying. But there's a problem. I might land in this military base. And if that happens, that'll be bad. But for some reason, my car is spinning, and it won't stop spinning. And now I just landed here. And that didn't work very well. My friend said, that didn't work, you didn't really fly with the car. And maybe what he said is true, I didn't really fly. The only thing I did was fall in a really slow way. But I want to test ways to actually fly with the car. So now, this plane is finally coming here, and it's coming really fast, and it finally got here. And there's a really safe way, and now we're going to have to fly again. Perfect, he's finally flying, but my friend is going to stay here on the ground. And he said, I'm always the test subject. And he's being the test subject for this test, because it's a very important one. So now the plane is spinning like this. And after a long time, I'm going to be able to get out of the plane. But now I'm coming up here, and I'm going to grab a really small car on the right. Perfect! I got this car, which unfortunately fell. So I picked it again, but it fell again. Then I picked it again, and this time it didn't fall. And now I'm going to set it to maximum speed. And I'm ready to go down the right way. But first I have to flip my car. Perfect! It's like this now, and I can finally accelerate it. So I'm going down here, and I'm flying with the car, because it's moving. And you can see that my car is actually driving in a really weird way. And my view inside the car is really strange, because it looks like I'm in space. But now I'm arriving back on Earth after flying so much. And that's actually bad, because I didn't want to land down here. But guys, there's a way to improve this. And perfect, I finally got here after a long time. But now, my friend is arriving here to pick me up, because I was really far away. And now he finally arrived. But there's another way to improve this. He's even staring at me here. And he said, it's impossible to improve this. But actually, there is a way to improve it. But I'm going to need help from a lot of people. So now, he's flying that plane, but I'm going to teleport to this house, because I want to invite this friend of mine to help me with this. But I don't know what he's doing. He said, I'm reading a book, but he's going to have to help me do this bug, because this bug is very important, and it looks like he's going to help me. So he came in here, and the more people I have here, the farther I'll be able to fly with my car. So I need to call as many people as possible. And now more people are coming here to help me with this. He's even getting into the plane to do the bug, because this bug is important. But I don't know how he's getting in here, because he got in the weirdest way. And now there's another player coming here, but he's also acting weird. But guys, now I'm coming up front to pick them all up, and a player just arrived up ahead, and he's going to have to get in here. Perfect, that worked. And now he's also holding this item, and another player just showed up behind, and we're going to have to carry him. Perfect, that worked. And now there are lots of people here, and he's also holding this item. And there are more players coming here to help me with this. Now another player arrived, and there are really a lot of people here holding these parachutes. But this friend of mine forgot about it. He said, wait, I'm going to do the bug too. And now he's coming here running. And the plane just got here, and I'm finally going to be able to fly away much farther this time. And now my friend is going to have to fly as high as he can. And now he stopped here, and in the end this is going to work. I just have to do the same bug as always. Perfect, I just got this car, but it fell. So I got this other one, and now I'm going to have to speed up like crazy. And the car is falling in a really weird way, because there are so many people here, and this really shouldn't be happening. But now, I'm going down in the weirdest way ever, and in first-person view, it looks really strange. But I want to do a very important test, so I'm going to climb the mountain, and I'm going to have to go down at full speed, and also flying. Now I'm arriving up here, and I'm finally carrying the players, and you can see that I'm flying really far. This flying bug really worked. And guys, if you want to add me on Roblox, just click the Become a Member button, and I'll add you on Roblox.